It's been out of service for 48 years, but tonight trains have once again been stopping at Goodwick in Pembrokeshire. It follows a 10-year campaign by locals to have their station reinstated, linking them up to the main line between South Wales and Fishguard. Abigail Neal is there for us tonight. Abby.
Thanks, Jamie. Yes, this is a success story of a rare kind. More often than not, we tell you about towns and villages that are losing services. Well, today we've got an example of one that's been resurrected, perhaps improved even to a level many here hadn't dared hope for. It had all the markings of a grand opening, a Fishguard makeover that deserves celebration.
Where else in the world is there a station opening today? Might be Abu Dhabi, might be Singapore, but no, we're actually here in Wales, leading the world.
Some here remember the station back in its heyday, before it fell out of favour and closed in the 1960s.
I was a fireman, started as a cleaner in the local shed just across the road there. In the local shed, it's not just drivers and firemen, there were drivers, firemen, cleaners, technicians, boilermakers, all working there, coalmen, and dozens of them that lost their jobs.
The train's just arrived at Fishguard and this is the only train I could actually catch during the day.
It was a teenage campaign that helped bring about change. In 2009, 15-year-old friends Sam Faulkner and Joanne Griffiths started an online petition, complaining there was only one train a day they could catch from Fishguard Harbour. Before long, funding was announced for more trains, and then efforts began to reopen the old Goodwick Station, which is closer and more convenient for people to use. For the past 50 years, the train service in Fishguard has been all about the ferry service. But now, with a new station opening up closer to town, it's much better for the local population. And as well as a new station, they're also getting 5 extra trains a day. Now 18, Sam Faulkner's got his own means of transport. But that won't stop him using the train.
I'll still use the train anyway, yeah, because I mean the price of fuel at the minute is just far too much for me to afford at the moment, still being in school and everything, only with a part-time job. So yeah, the train's really handy thing to have, yeah.
It's cost nearly £500,000 to bring back this station, and most of that's come from the Welsh Government. Now it's here, the journey's just beginning. Because, of course, the next challenge is to make sure that people use this service. Well, it was due at 6:46. It's now just a minute late, so hopefully it will be here any second soon. To try and make it easy to use it, people are being offered free parking. There's a bus that drops them off outside, and there's a bike rack here as well. So do you think there will be a demand for this service?
Yes, I do. People have been saying that they want to use it, especially now that it's here at the station with free parking and much more central to the area.
And to be honest, you must admit this has gone beyond what you had even dreamt of, wasn't it? You just wanted more trains. You didn't think they were going to reopen the station.
No, we didn't. It was planned for much further along. But once the funding was put in place, we asked if they could bring that project forward, and they did. It was absolutely marvellous. The Welsh Government, Switch, Pembrokeshire County Council, Arriva Trains, Network Rail, all of them suddenly just clicked together and put this in place, and we owe them a huge debt of gratitude for that.
And why was it so difficult to keep the station at the harbour and just use that one? Why did you need an extra one in town?
Well, the parking out there was £7 a day, so that immediately put a lot of people off. And that was really a huge disincentive. And to walk out there, they put some bus services in, not for all the trains. And it's just, these were little disincentives that just made people who were a little bit dubious think, no, I don't think so.
And just finally, if people are out there thinking we want to campaign for more services, what tips would you give them to get heard and to have the success that you've had?
Well, you need to ask for something that that can happen in the first place. You need to be realistic. And then you also need to get your facts straight. You need to find out what might be possible and what might not be possible, and participate in any consultations, go to meetings, start meeting people, find out, ask questions, and, eventually that people know you're serious. They start listening to you.
OK, Hattie Wokes, thank you very much. And I'm afraid there's still no sign of that train. We were promised it was going to be here on time, but, well, you can never tell with these things, can you? Back to you, Claire.
Abby, thank you.